Welcome here if you're new to Hue Loving Life. I'm Michelle, and I'm wondering if you guys are at all curious. I know I always have been about what dreams really are and if there's more to them than what meets the eye. Is there something that you don't know, that you've never heard about, that is not mainstream media talking about dreams? And I am here to tell you there is 1,000%. Now, having a master's in counseling psych, I actually did analyze and study dreams, but I learned nothing compared to what I've learned now. And I'm going to do a quick Q&A with you guys. What is the purpose of dreams? All right, there is a spiritual side to every experience or event, no matter how large or small, and whether or not it occurs in everyday life or in a dream. So it is a spiritual event. But, and this is a big but, few people have the spiritual eyes to see. Most people are in a daze but don't know it. They have hardly any idea about their life in the higher spiritual worlds while their body lies asleep at day's end. So what does that mean? So in the higher spiritual worlds is where we go. Now stay with me for a second, because this is way out there, but it's really true, and I've experienced it 1,000 times over, millions of times. When we go to sleep, our soul, which is housed between our temple, right? That's why it's a temple, a sacred place. So our soul leaves our sleeping body and it goes to different dimensions of existence. And there we learn lessons and we have experiences. We learn spiritual lessons as well. Okay, everything is a lesson. Every single dream. Dreams are like a daily report card. They show you how you are doing in your spiritual mission, even if you don't know you have one. Dreams tell how you are getting on in your relationship with God and life. I can give you a personal dream experience that was a great spiritual lesson. And this is most recently, I had a dream that I was serving food at a banquet, and I was putting out things like like pate and, like, I don't know, all this frou-frou food, okay? And it's not even stuff I'd necessarily eat, but then most people there, they just wanted Fruity Pebbles. And I was like, yeah, but Fruity Pebbles are not healthy and they're just junk. And I thought, okay, interpret that. So though many of you guys like to hear about the more effete type things, I think there are many people who just need the Fruity Pebble version. So that was an interesting thought. Do you see how you could interpret that? So that's one dream. There's gazillions. Are dreams real? That is absolutely an interesting question. Here we go. Are the people and places in my dreams real? What do you guys think? Are other people having the same dream as I? Okay, so I can tell you 1,000 times over, dreams are absolutely soul travel experiences, because I literally could call someone and say, I was in that meeting and this is who sat here and this is who sat there, and that's what they said to each other. And it was like, oh my gosh. So yes, dreams are absolutely real. Okay, I still visit with my deceased relatives, and like one of them had cancer and she was bald when she died. And when I saw her again, I see her all the time, but as I've seen her, her hair has progressively grown longer. It's like right here now, shoulder. So like things change in the dreams, okay, in the worlds, and there are worlds that you go to. So I'm going to read what his answer is, three-heeled Klemp. A dream is a real experience. As soul, a spiritual being, and a divine spark of God, you can and do have hundreds of experiences going on side by side at different levels. So does everyone else. So right now, I could be in Pompeii again. Hopefully not when Vesuvio erupts. And so could you be somewhere? You could be on a different planet, really. Here's a way to understand the variety of inner experiences. It's as if soul experiences what hundreds of people in a town do on a certain day. The mind, meanwhile, can recall only a few experiences at a time. Like, if you continue to write your dreams down, not only will you remember them, but you'll remember what you were thinking when they were happening. You see? So you could be in an experience and think, oh, I don't want to be late for that appointment. We better hurry up. Oh, but if I'm late, I guess I'll send some flowers or something and apologize. This is what I was thinking when I was running late to an appointment in the dream worlds. So you can actually recall your thoughts as well. Does this happen every time? No. Well, it could, yes. But if you're just starting out recording your dreams, be patient. Be patient and know that as time goes by, your dreams are just going to become so much more vivid and recallable. I just made that word up. Okay. You may remember a certain inner experience with someone on the inner planes because of its spiritual importance for you. However, the other person will likely remember a completely different experience because your needs are different. That can happen too, but I've literally had it where like the exact same experience has occurred. So just saying, that's possible. In comparison to soul, our mind holds only a few memories at a time. We remember those that mean the most to us spiritually. Only rarely do the spiritual needs of two people exactly coincide. Okay. When they do, both dreamers will remember the same dream. However, their different levels of consciousness will give each a special view of what actually happened in the dream state. Okay, so we're taking back what we're able to handle and what we need. Each person is soul, capable of being fully aware 24 hours a day. The lessons of life come to us every minute on every level. I find that when you slow down your life and you get really present, that you notice a lot more. Now I can hear the sound of different things, right? I can feel my body better. I can connect with you better. I'm present, you see? However, few people today pay much mind to the power of soul and its being. The average person goes through life with only the barest sense of his or her true identity as soul, a spark of God. Now, if you actually knew who you were, how would you behave differently? If you are consciously a spark of divinity, housed in a temporary vehicle for experiences, growth, and sharing, and learning, and bringing back, how would you behave differently? And the dream life is a wonderful place to learn what is needed. It's like you're visiting your home soul world and they're saying, yeah, I see what's happening. You're talking to your highest self too, and bringing back that kind of spiritual energy. Chanting the hue is a wonderful way to bring that energy in. So just try it for a minute. I mean, you never know, right? If you try it, it's hue. It's an ancient word for God, love, all that is, source energy. And it has a very high vibration, like the highest. Why can't I be aware of all of my dreams? Why do I forget them after I awaken in the morning? All right, so there's a number of reasons. Let's find out. The physical mind is limited like a little bucket. The inner experiences you have on all the spiritual planes are like a vast ocean. It is useless trying to pour the ocean into the mind's little bucket. Yeah, that would be too much. You'd go crazy. I've had days when I will remember a bunch, and it's like, actually the only reason it's overwhelming for me because I actually record every single one of them, so my hand is tired writing, but it's great. You know, I don't like the dry spells, which do happen when you're acclimating to different plane. Soul is running several bodies at the same time on other planes. Its scope of action is much greater than the recall ability of the dreamer's mind. Sometimes the mind wants to protect you because the dream would shock you. Yeah, that's true. It's a different world with different rules. You wake up here and right away this world crowds in on you and you say, I've got to get up and go to work. So you kind of lose that. Okay, there are so many places that you can visit in the inner. I keep trying to get back to this one house that I've been exploring that is so cool, and it's my house, but it has many rooms, and I'm very intrigued by the different rooms and things in each room. And I think that it's almost a collection of past life remembrances, so that's what draws me in. But there's so many amazing places you can visit, and truly, if you open your heart before you go to sleep, then you will have so many dreams, you know, like remembered and revealed that are of a higher nature because you're vibing into the higher levels. Start remembering your dreams. I wish I could remember my dreams better. Can you help? Here we go. How can you remember them better? Some people naturally enjoy vivid recollections of their dream state, but those who don't can develop the skill. Okay. You can set a dream in your mind before you wake up by repeating the main points of it. So if you remember something, just start saying the words over and over. Then talking about it out loud or writing it down as soon as you wake up. Yeah, that's a good one. I talk into, a recorder. And then I go back to sleep. It is also possible to develop a sharper recall of the dream state by keeping a notebook by the bed with pen and light at hand. Make a resolution to wake even in the middle of the night, I do, to record any memory of the dream state, no matter how trivial it seems. It's true, even the most trivial are loaded with wisdom. Wisdom, knowledge, help, even ideas. I told you guys once in a video that when I was pregnant with my first child, my grandmother came to me and told me my calcium was low and that I should eat Jarlsberg cheese. And I actually did go and get the test and it said it was very low. So the Jarlsberg had the highest calcium content. So she knew exactly what she was telling me. What are your dreams like? So they're asking the current living Eckmaster, and he answers, I no longer refer to my soul journeys as dreams. In the past, yes, I did dream. So they're true soul journeys. I feel that way too, actually. Like, I don't feel like I'm dreaming so much anymore as just going to the different worlds. And there are so many different worlds to visit. Raise your consciousness and you'll go to the nicer ones. There are some that are not so nice in the lower astral that you could avoid. That's where I think a lot of nightmares happen. But the only way to get through there is with love. Sadly, I'm telling you guys straight up, like there are places that you cannot get through unless you love what's coming at you. Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. And some people will be, that's wrong. Don't be in love and light, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get you. I was you. I get you. But the truth of the matter is, you don't have to embrace them in a warm hug, okay? But you need to stay in the love vibe or you will not get through. You cannot get through. You will be stuck with them, okay? So if you have nightmares, you got to somehow muster some love. Sometimes you might have to fight, but, not in a hateful way. You might have to defend yourself. I mean, other times I've been threatened and grabbed someone and actually hugged them. And they were like, what the hell? And then everything changed. The person started crying and I was released from that plane. Now my journeys into the spiritual worlds are crystal clear without the sense of distortion so common to dreams. That's why I prefer to call my dreams soul journeys. Oh my gosh, that's what I am. Now I get it. Okay, but I do study an inner event and try to see what message it might hold for my waking life. Yes, so within, so without. So if you're experiencing something in the inner worlds, in the dream state, it's like going to trickle down here, usually, okay? How do you interpret your dreams? There are key dreams, I'll call them dreams, that tell me about problems at work. One group of such dreams has to do with baseball. Okay. If the playing field in the dream is in top condition at a major league stadium, then all is well. Usually it's not. The location of the field might be partly in the woods and partly in a cow pasture. Oh boy. Poop on the ground, right? The bases are at odd distances from each other and often out of sight. It means something in my daily life is not in balance. And I'd better find out where and how the situation got so out of shape. And this is so helpful because you can fix it in advance of it becoming a major problem. So this is why I really pay attention to my dreams. If I see something that is not at the utmost highest level going on in my dream travels, I'm like, well, where's that lesson? What does that mean? What is that telling me? I'm telling you, start writing them down. You guys are going to be shocked, really shocked, because your dreams are like one of the biggest gifts and tools for you as a soul living in a human body. A spiritual dream. I had a dream in which I was walking down a sidewalk with a friend at 9 p.m. I looked up in the sky and saw the moon, which looked huge. Beside the moon was a big planet with a ring around it. Oh boy, I've had those too. Let's see where this is going. Everyone else in the dream seemed to take no notice, but carried on as if it were just an ordinary day. I was excited and wanted to know why the moon and planet were there. Can you please explain to me what this dream means? Interesting. Okay. Yours is a spiritual dream. The sidewalk is your spiritual path in life. Since it's your dream and your path, the lessons will be yours, not your friends. Evening means the end of soul's karmic day. This life is your gateway to spiritual freedom. No way. Awesome. Okay. No more reincarnation. That would be nice. I guess we can choose to come back as coworkers though, right? Looking up into the sky indicates your high spiritual vision. The huge moon is the promise of a brighter life here and now. The big planet with the ring is a symbol for the great spiritual worlds beyond our own. You alone of all the others in the dream were thrilled at the sight of the moon and planet because of your appreciation for spiritual things. That's so funny. So, yeah, I get that. I had a dream where I went through a tunnel and ended up in front of I guess it was Jupiter because it had a ring around it. And I'm telling you guys, your dreams will get way out there if they are not already. The more you write them down and think before you go to sleep, I'd like to remember my dreams. I'd like to remember my dreams. Please help me to remember my dreams. And then open your heart in love. And when you wake up to anything, just have that planted in your mind, little seed that you're going to grab your tool of choice, be it a phone to record in or write on a paper, anything you recall. I find it easier to record on a recorder because that way you don't have to really engage too much of your body. It's just like click, click, okay? I'm gonna do one more here, and it's dreams within dreams. Oh my God, I've had that too. This is exciting. Let's find out. Sometimes when I'm dreaming, I wake up to find I'm still dreaming. And when I wake up again to find myself waking up in yet another dream, I have counted as many as 15 or 20 of these awakenings before I'm awake in my physical body. What is this experience? I've had this. I'm so excited to find out. Okay, here we go. This is an excellent sign of your spiritual growth. You, as a spiritual being, a soul, can run a number of bodies at one time. During the process of waking up, soul is returning from these far places, and you may momentarily remember each of your inner experiences or inner bodies in turn. By the time you wake up here, your attention is completely nested in your physical body again for everyday life at school, work, or home. The multiple awakenings show your developing growth in the worlds of God. Wow, that's so cool. All right, well, see, I'm learning with you. Like, I honestly just like to do this in a very spontaneous manner so that I can be authentic in my videos. I don't like anything contrived. If you can't tell, sometimes I'll mess up words and I'll keep going. But the point is that you're getting truly what you see, okay? This is me. I'm learning with you, and I hope that it benefits you. I'm so excited to continue with the dreams, and I will do that again very soon and link it here and attach it so you can find the continuation of this incredible chapter in Modern Prophet. Answers your key questions about life. Sri Harold Klemp, okay? So thanks for joining me. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like to like or subscribe, I appreciate it. It helps the algorithm to help me to share this channel and grow it. And it's such a passion for me to help people remember who they are. Lots of love.